President, why haven't you laid out a plan to address systemic racism?
I'd like to sign this bill. This is a very different thing. And by the way, what's happened to our country and what you now see, it's been happening, is the greatest thing that can happen for race relations, for the African American community, for the Asian American, for the Hispanic American community, for women, for everything.
What's your plan?
Because our country is so strong, and that's what my plan is.
Just to follow up, how would a better economy have protected George Floyd?
Sure, I'll ask after.
Will you take questions after, sir?
Black unemployment went up by 0.1%. Asian American unemployment went up by 0.5%. How is that a victory?
You are something.
How is that a victory?
Thank you very much.
And I'd like to dedicate this one to Punks for Progress. Punks for Progress. This is for my brothers and Punks for Progress.
Punks for Progress, stand for anarchy. Fight for your liberty. We don't want your government. We don't need your services. I'm an anarchist. I'm an anarchist.
Punks for Progress on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks, brother.
That sounds right up my alley.
That was a good day when you hear a punk say the word righteous.
Hey, welcome to the What the Fuck Report. I'm Reverend Aaron. That's Aztec Camera we're listening to. Anyway, it's obvious. Welcome. Like I said, this is the What the Fuck Report. I am Reverend Aaron. Today we're going to be taking another look at what we can ascertain from news from the revolutionary struggle. And we're going to do this via the Punks for Progress Facebook page. Punks for Progress has a whole bunch of admins from all over the country that share things to the page that either relevant to what's going on in their areas regionally, or just stuff that they think is important for revolutionaries to know about. And so there's videos and memes and whatever, and of course music videos and all kinds of other who knows what not. So we're going to go through it. We're going to listen to some music. I've got 5 or 6 records picked out. That's right, vinyl records all the way through. I'm commenting on things as we go. There'll be things that I've personally shared on the Facebook page, and then things that my comrades shared, like Rad Khan, or SoCal Shannon, or Pinko the Bear, or Hunter Red and Black, or the Critical Thought Critique P4P Indiana comrades, Kami Rob, and Price Nash, and proper punk rock leftist revolutionary comrades. Not all of them are punks, but they do punk rock shit for real. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point without any type of focus. Fuck, I really like this Aztec Camera song a lot. But yeah, I'm going to play a music video here before we get into it, and then we'll come back and we'll start scrolling through the Punks for Progress main page. This is the What the Fuck Report, Reverend Aaron. Thanks for hanging out, fam. We'll be right back!
You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book. And you said, I think last night in Iowa, some people are surprised that you say that. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into it.
It means a lot to you that you think about or cite.
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that
No,
you like.
I don't want to do that.
Old Testament guy or New Testament?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible, the whole Bible is an incredible. I joke very much so. They always hold up the Ark of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time. But I just think the Bible is just something very special.
As part of their series The Trump Files, Mother Jones has released information that suggests Donald Trump was influenced by the writings of Adolf Hitler. Ivana Trump told her lawyer Michael Kennedy that from time to time her husband reads a book of Hitler's selected speeches, My New Order, which he keeps in a cabinet by his bed. Did your cousin John give you the Hitler speeches? I asked Trump. Trump hesitated. Who told you that? I don't remember, I said. Actually, it was my friend Marty Davis from Paramount who gave me a copy of Mein Kampf, and he's a Jew. I did give him a book about Hitler, Marty Davis said. But it was My New Order, Hitler's speeches, not Mein Kampf. I thought he would find it interesting. I am his friend, but I'm not Jewish.
Hey, we're back. Thank you for joining us. So this is the What the Fuck Report and Reverend Aaron. And like I said, we're going to go through the Punks for Progress Facebook main page. See what our comrades have been sharing there. And, yeah. Who knows what we'll find? I'm sure there'll be stuff here that I'm seeing for the first time right along with you. There'll be stuff I'm already aware of. There'll be stuff I actually shared too. But yeah, so let's get into it. Let me switch over here so you can see what I'm seeing. Pinko, Punks for Progress. Let's get this over here. Okay, so there's our pin post. I shared that in the, I explained what this was in yesterday's What the Fuck Report, so we don't need to get into that. Yeah. We're going to check this out for sure. So, yesterday evening, Mike Pappas was arrested by police while he served as a medic at a Black Lives Matter protest in the South Bronx. He was released from jail in the early morning and recorded this video. So, full size this stuff. Hold on. Oh, bastard. Pause Aztec camera.
Right here, physician, healthcare worker, member of Black Voice, just got out of the 40th precinct behind me. I was arrested today while acting as a medic at a protest in the Bronx with Take Back the Bronx. I was just kept with up to 17 other people at one point in an 8x10 cell, none of which had masks on. The police came in laughing at us every time that we said maybe we need masks while we're in here. It was about 85 degrees in that cell with 17 people in there. None of the police had masks on. So, when we brought that up, they said maybe you shouldn't have been out on the street protesting. And nobody would have to be out on the street protesting if it weren't for this racist-ass system that is policing in the United States. Ultimately, what's going to happen is this type of shit is going to increase the spread of coronavirus and more people are going to die from it. And you know who's going to have fucking blood on their hands from that? It's going to be Democrats like Cuomo and de Blasio. There's all this talk about vote them out, vote blue, all that shit. There's no voting them out. There's no voting blue. The system itself is completely corrupt.
That's right.
We need to destroy the entire system. The capitalist economic system is dependent on people like those people behind me upholding this type of system. There's talk, some of the police, when we were critiquing what they were doing in there, were saying, not all police are bad. I'm sorry. The entire system of policing is completely corrupt. It's a completely racist system based on slave patrols, and all police are bad. The NYPD's budget should be defunded to zero. Zero.
Word.
We don't need any of them.
That's right.
We need to be out in the streets, and people need to keep mobilizing. Them cracking down like this is just showing that they're scared of this movement, and we just need to make sure that the movement grows.
Word.
Keep it up, everybody.
Thank you for that, sir. I appreciate it. Because I concur wholeheartedly. So that was 6 hours ago. Quite the segment. Custom made for everyone who has a Becky, Karen, or Chad in their life. You are welcome. This is James from the internet. He streams over there on Twitch for act.tv. If police don't want a riot, perhaps they should stop initiating riots. I don't know. That would. Oh wait, that would make a difference, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would probably make a huge difference if they would stop. Okay, you get it. Anyway, check that out. That's a clip from his. He streams like every day in the mornings for Pacific time, like 9 a.m. to noon, I think, maybe even earlier. He's on Twitch for a number of hours in the mornings, but he clips stuff and he puts them up to YouTube. So look for act.tv, James from the internet. Well, maybe we should just go ahead and watch that segment since I plugged it so hard. How would that be? Let's do that. Let's see what's happening over here with this.
Okay. Now, I know it's tough to single out just one Donald Trump tweet and freak the fuck out because this is literally all he does is just tweet hot garbage nonstop. Because this all benefits him in the long run. But just to show you what President Hot Garbage was up to, and to make an example of this, because we're going to use it later, here we go. These thugs are dishonoring the memory of George Floyd, and I won't let that happen. Just spoke to Governor Tim Walz, told him the military is with him all the way. Any difficulty will assume control, but when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Thank you. Never mind the fact that when the looting starts, the shooting starts was a phrase that was used by a sheriff in Miami when they were having the convention down there in like the 50s or the 60s. And basically said he was just going to shoot minorities. But never mind that. We're just here to talk about thugs real quick. Thugs, 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 thuggery, and thug.
Yeah. Scary. Right?
Okay, the word thug and the usage of it, especially if you're a white person and you're talking about any group of people, even if one of them is a person of color, is racist as fuck. Once again,
Word.
if you missed it before, it's a dog whistle. If you don't know what a dog whistle is,
Yep.
that's a dog whistle.
Well, yeah.
There
So.
you go. Dog whistle. Excellent. So let's talk about thuggery real quick, all right? Thuggery. Oh, look, there's a tweet for that, too. When old white dudes say thugs in all caps, that means the N-word with the extra hard R at the end. Kind of like how Tony the Tiger would say it. Yeah, teenagers in hoodies, usually black ones. Yes. Just in case you all didn't know about the thuggery. Anytime somebody drops the word thug, and then invariably they try to apologize, and they always go, but I call everybody who does this thugs. No, they don't. They don't. I've never seen a white person call a group of white people thugs. I'm telling you, the last time it happened was like in Joe Biden's era. When, you know, you'd call them rapscallions. Okay? Thug is racist as fuck. People use the word thug because they can't use the N-word, and then they snicker behind and go, hey, look at me, I'm so smart. I said the N-word without saying the N-word. I'm an edgelord. You're racist. That's what you are. Okay?
That's right.
I'm not racist. I just think people of color shouldn't get mad when the cops murder them in the street for no reason. Oh, also, I can't go to Applebee's, and that's tyranny.
There it is. And listen, this is a 16-minute video. And if you want to see it all, that's all you get. You get 3 minutes of a teaser of James from the internet. Go give him the traffic, right? I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you went and watched the rest of that video. And I have no doubt it would be well worth your time. This is Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, okay, this is from Abolition Today. Yes, we were definitely going to watch this. Let's read this first. How does it feel to be a problem? That's the name of the video. What a fucking fantastic question. On Abolition Today this Sunday, June 17th. So I should explain. So Abolition Today on Thursdays, they put up these, 5 to 6 minute max mixes videos. And they're teasers for what they're going to be covering and really diving deeper into in the Sunday podcast, which sometimes we get a little behind, but we regularly post their weekly podcast on our channel too. But you can find it at abolitiontoday.org as well. Every Sunday afternoon, they post a new show, and it's freaking fantastic. But yeah, so this is the teaser for this week's upcoming episode of Abolition Today. So on Abolition Today, this Sunday, June 7, 2020, we discuss the history of rebellions in the U.S. This video features speeches by James Baldwin at Cambridge University in 1975 and Melissa Harris Perry 2013. Video clips from The Independent, June 20, 2020. Melissa Harris Perry show. A Tribe Called Red, Electric Powwow Drum, based on the war cry of the Cree tribe. How Does It Feel? Guitar cover by J.R. Hairston. Let's get in here.
Abolition.
Hold on, we got to get the full screen happening. I think I jacked this a little bit. Let's get that nice. It's a little better.
Today.
How does it feel to be a problem?
The reason for the political hesitation in spite of the Johnson landslide is that one has been betrayed by American politicians for so long. And I'm a grown man, and perhaps I can be reasoned with. I certainly hope I can be. But I don't know. And neither does Martin Luther King. None of us know how to deal with those other people whom the white world has so long ignored, who don't believe anything the white world says, and don't entirely believe anything I or Martin say. And one can't blame them. You watch what has happened to them in less than 20 years. It seems to me that the city of New York, for example, this is my last point.
How does it feel to be a problem.
We've had Negroes in it for a very long time. If the city of New York were able, as it has indeed been able, in the last 15 years to reconstruct itself, tear down buildings and raise great new ones, downtown and for money, and has done nothing whatever except build housing projects in the ghetto for the Negro. And of course the Negroes hate it. Presently the property does indeed deteriorate because the children cannot bear it. They want to get out of the ghetto. If the American pretensions were based on more solid, a more honest assessment of life and of themselves, it would not mean for Negroes, when someone says urban renewal, that Negroes simply going to be thrown out into the streets, which is what it does mean now. This is not an act of God. We're dealing with a society made and ruled by men. If the American Negro had not been present in America, I am convinced that the history of the American labor movement would be much more edifying than it is. It is a terrible thing for an entire people to surrender to the notion that 1/9 of its population is beneath them.
How does it feel to be a problem?
And until that moment, until the moment comes, when we, the American people, are able to accept the fact that I have to accept, for example, and my ancestors are both white and black, that on that continent we are trying to forge a new identity for which we need each other, and that I am not a wall of America. I am not an object of missionary charity. I am one of the people who built the country. Until this moment, there is scarcely any hope for the American dream, because the people who are denied participation in it, by their very presence, will wreck it. And if that happens, it's a very grave moment for the West. Thank you.
How does it feel to be a problem? Everyone has problems. That's the human condition. No amount of wealth, no racial privilege, no righteousness of purpose and action leads to a life without problems. Everyone has them. But Du Bois was pointing to something different. Not just having problems, but being a problem. How does it feel to be a problem? To have your very body and the bodies of your children to be assumed to be criminal, violent, malignant? How does it feel to be trapped on the roof of your home as the flood waters rise and be called a refugee? How does it feel to fear sending your son to the 7-Eleven for a bag of Skittles on a rainy night? Du Bois wrote of black men, he simply wishes to make it possible for a man to be both a Negro and an American without being cursed and spit upon by his fellows, without having the doors of opportunity closed roughly in his face. This then is the end of his striving, to be a co-worker in the kingdom of culture, to escape both death and isolation, to husband and use his best powers and his latent genius. This is the dream that will continue to guide us as we continue the struggle.
Abolition today.
Yeah. Make sure to start checking out Abolition Today if you haven't been yet, because they're fantastic, experienced slavery abolitionists, without a doubt. What do we got here? Oh! That's yesterday's The Return of the What the Fuck Report, news from the revolutionary struggle. I played Martin Denny yesterday. you want to go check that out because Martin Denny is awesome. What is this? What is this? Cruel World, The Virus by A Tribe Called Red, Saul Williams, and Chippewa Travelers. Let's fucking check this out. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, look at that. It's way ahead. Well, you...
Yes. We are the hallucination. We are the evolution. The continuation. We are the hallucination. Our DNA is of earth and sky. Our DNA is of past. The people, the people, the people, the people. The virus took on many shapes. The bear, the elk, the antelope, the elephant, the deer, the mineral, the iron, the copper, the coltan, the rubber, the coffee, the cotton, the sugar. The people, the people, the people, the people. The germ traveled faster than the bullet. They harvest the mountainside, protect the crops, herd the cattle. The people, the people, the people, the people, the people. The women and children were separated from the men. They are divided us according to the regional filters of their minds. The violence is arrogance. Falls into the air, nestles into the geospatial cortex. We are not a conquered people. We are the hallucination. We have been called the Indians. We have been called Native American. We have been called hostile. We have been called pagan. We have been called militant. We are not a conquered people.
Hell yeah.
With you and living kings,
Definitely sub that. Follow them. Everything involved with that. Let's see if there's some details. Thought I saw earlier that there was sort of that it actually explained what all what the chants were and stuff. Where maybe it was on a different post. What's next? Adam and the Ants. I played them yesterday in the show. Let's turn on a little music. Read something. A little Clash, Spanish songs. In 500 years, it's 500 years later, and they still can't see us. We are still invisible. They don't see us as human beings, but we've been saying to them all along, that's what we are. We are invisible to them because we are still the human beings. We're still the people, but they will never call us that. They taught us to call ourselves Indians. Now they're teaching us to call ourselves Native Americans. It's not who we are. We're the people. They can't see us as human beings, but they can't see themselves as human beings. The invisibility is at every level. It's not just that we're tucked away out of sight. We're the evidence of the crime. They can't deal with the reality of who we are because then they have to deal with the reality of what they have done. If they deal with the reality of who we are, they have to deal with the reality of who they aren't. So they have to fear us, not recognize us, not like us. John Trudeau. Some Bad Brains. I actually have a Bad Brains album picked out, so we won't. It's such a good video, though. But we're gonna play some Bad Brains, so we don't have to double down on the Bad Brains. Live stream. It's about 2 hours. Oh, this tomfoolery. Okay. Andy No at it again, man. Grifter gon' grift. Fuck, man. Oregon journalist Andy No sues Antifa for $900,000 for campaign of terror. Andy No sues Antifa for $900,000. Now, how does one sue an idea? One might ask. Well, I do know for a fact that he's named individuals in this fucking lawsuit. Scumbag, man. You know, look, he don't think he's gonna win no goddamn $900,000. Okay? But he can monetize this regardless. You see? And you know, by getting hype and being featured in the Washington Times, Oregon journalist Andy No suing an idea for $900,000, but he's also going to make some fucking righteous people like Portland comrades like, what's up, Louis, if you're watching, man? I saw that. God damn it, man. This fucking grifter, Andy No, is such scum, dude. He took one punch to the eye and some milkshakes, and ever since, dude, he made like, God, I know I'm underestimating it, but it was like 50 or 60 grand off that punch and that milkshake that he accused a bunch of people of being murderous terrorists over, that he casually walked away from. But he got the money because people gave it to his fucking GoFundMe and his Patreon and shit. And they're gonna give money to him here too. Fuck yeah, go get him, Andy, no. Here's $20. Can't sue an idea. And here's the thing. This motherfucker, for any of you people out there that respect this shitbag, or run so-called anti-racist websites that fucking honor this motherfucker, he knows that he's not going to win this site, but he also knows that the people that give him money are fucking clueless and ignorant. And he's playing them to get their money. And if it means fucking over some people that never did a goddamn thing to this guy except, like, expose him for the lying piece of shit grifter that he is, yeah, their lives might be made difficult being dragged through a fucking... This is a bullshit lawsuit. It's just so gross, man. And that's what this piece of shit does for a living. This is his... but they call him a... God, what's that word? Journalist. This is journalism. This is journalism. Going out and suing ideas for $900,000. Pulitzer Prize winning shit right there, homie. You fucking scumbag, grifting, fascist piece of shit. Fuck. Anyway, let's get back to the feed. Well, there's Ice-T. No Lives Matter. That's a cool video. That's one of his from the most recent album. But yes, I'm thinking this is live. Body Count doing Cop Killer. Cliff, honey. That's Montgomery. This is not Montgomery Clift, honey. Alright, fam, I give you Ice-T and Body Count doing one of their most well-known and loved songs. Unless you're a fucking pig, or maybe even a liberal, or definitely a right-winger. This is Cop Killer.
Hold it up there! All rise for the new French national anthem. Shit dollars for send-off. Yeah.
Whoop. There we go. That's body count. Doing every Karen's favorite song, Cop Killer. What's this here? What is this? Let's get the Clash going some more. Indigenous Peoples Movement. We are all related, in the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. When we see injustice in one place, is injustice everywhere. Let's continue to stand together. This is a fantastic tune called All Lost in the Supermarket. It's easy to do when you're wearing a mask these days. I don't know what that means, but anyway. Long while there, but that's the only place a lot of us went. And for a lot of us, still that way, and probably should be. Movement to defund police gains unprecedented support across U.S. That's The Guardian. Well, that's fucking good news. Completely defund the police. Down with it. What's this? Turn this down just a little. If you are National Guard or active duty military, if you are National Guard or active duty military and you are being ordered to violate the constitutional rights of the U.S. citizens, then this is the number to the GI Rights Hotline. There is support. You don't have to go through with it. There you have it. 1-877-447-4487. Let's read this again. If you are a National Guard active duty military and you are being ordered to violate the constitutional rights of U.S. citizens, then this is the number to the GI Rights Hotline. There is support. You don't have to go through with it. Nice. Oh, yeah. So far, there's been a lot of music, I know, which is, no, you can't complain about music, but we have got to watch this. America Goddamn thing is cool as fuck. So it's here. America Goddamn. In 1964, Nina Simone wrote Mississippi Goddamn after Medgar Evers was assassinated and white supremacist lynchings and murders of black people continued, even as people were fighting back and demanding that black people be treated as human beings. Why? Because this is America. This new outer national art is called America Goddamn, because the absolute terror and horror of white supremacy is the very essence of this country, and it absolutely cannot be tolerated. The song begins with Nina Simone talking about what it's like to be black in the USA from an interview she gave shortly before she died. The lyrics speak for themselves. If you aren't familiar with some of what is said, now is a good time to learn. We must express appreciation and gratitude to Stephanie Christian for her truly powerful singing, Mark Bankston for the fantastic recording and mixing, Mano Kugat for the killer last-minute guitar overdubs, and Atu for the lyric translation. Sorry for any mispronunciations. Respect to filmmaker Nico of Raihuela for the powerful video. Perfect timing there, too. Let's get up here, pause this. Pull it back. America, goddamn.
Slavery hasn't changed, my friend. It's just adopted a new thing.
damn. Outer National. Outer National. Go give him some love. The guy was fucking incredibly cool. Speaks for itself. Fucking amazing. Uh-oh. Something that's perfect. What's this? What? What? Oh, of course. By way of, and thank you to the new White Panther Party, hashtag ClanWatch, hashtag Panther Up. That's fucking great. To the unbelievers. Yeah. Coolness. What's this? Redfish. The moment police shot tear gas at protesters, but most of it blew back onto the police. The wind, said Black Lives Matter. Shall we do 22 seconds of cops getting their own tear gas in the face? I think we can do 22 seconds of that. But we gotta pull it back. There we go. You go off and you calm down and they're working for the clampdown. Working for the clampdown, bunch of fucking bootlickers. Make you feel big now. Until you brutalize, make you first kill now. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna check this out too. Lean on Me. Protesters across the United States have been singing Bill Withers' famous R&B song expressing friendship, community, and solidarity. People not working for the clampdown. Take a look ahead too, so we go. All right, let's, shall we? Go, fam. It just might might be okay. It just might be okay. You know, like if we got rid of all these cops and all this oppressive fucking capitalist imperialist tyranny and all their violent oppression, we as people might be able to, you know, give a shit about each other regardless. I don't know. There's a lot of people saying, hey, man, when life gets shitty, lean on me and I'll be your friend. And they ain't saying it to cops. They're saying it to each other. I just find that mildly encouraging. And I don't mean mildly in any disrespectful way. I just don't find a whole lot of things encouraging, to be perfectly honest with you. What do we got here? The last song on side 2 of London Calling. Fuck, dude.
When they kick out your front door, how you gonna come? With your hands on
This
your head.
youngster is not fucking playing. Sorry, I thought we had it when he switched over.
Shut down on the pavement, or waiting in the pool. You can crush us.
That's some honest fucking, oh fuck no! And more. I can't even begin to express it. That just, I don't know, there's not. El Sobrante anti-racist honk and wave at the corner of Appian Way and San Pablo. There you go. An anti-racist honk and wave. Oh god damn. Look, this. It's brutal. They just plow through this dude. He's like, hey, what's up? And they just totally they just knock him to the ground. His head's bleeding. I'm not playing it. I'm sorry, I'm not playing it. It's just it's God. And then one of the pigs is even like, hey man, maybe we should pick him up because he's bleeding out the back of his head from us knocking him into the pavement. And they're like, no, just fuck him. Let's keep going. Niagara Square. Okay, we are definitely okay. Antifa super soldiers are real, y'all. Watch the video. Apparently, he was catching flashbang grenades and throwing them back at the cops. Look how scared they look. Holy shit. Guns out, Bridgestone. You saw that right. Hold on a second. This is just, hold on. Yeah.
This is important stuff. I mean, these kids are being screwed. There's a whole generation of them. They've got constitutional rights that are being violated every day by the police. They take the kids, they rough them up, they throw them in jail. The judges are cold. They throw the kids in jail, they give ridiculous sentences, they don't give a shit, they just hear about headlines.
The dude is like 17 feet freaking tall, man. I mean, I assume male. My bad, but that is one large individual. Holy shit.
This is important stuff. I mean, these kids are being screwed.
It's worth one more.
Look at this. Constitutional rights that are being violated every day by the police. They take the kids, they rough them up, they throw them in jail. The judges are cold. They throw the kids in jail, they give ridiculous sentences, they don't give a
Now, speculation is that those when he was, or when they were, my bad again, my apologies, when they were pointing at the badge numbers, people have speculated that's this individual filming the badge numbers, but others are speculating that that's that thing from Quentin Tarantino's movie where you know, if you point at it just right, that like hours later or weeks later or whatever, coronary, and they die. And I don't know, could be one or the other. You know, it's all speculation until cop gets a heart attack for no reason in the middle of the street and everyone laughs at him. Or I mean, you know, feels bad or whatever. Why would you? I don't know. I do know that I want to check this out. I should show you. I'm going to... this is Trojan Records Tighten Up. Volume 1. Or no, I'm sorry, Volume 3. Volume 3. My bad. It is a... one of my most favorite is this record vinyls. And we'll just go ahead and start on side 1 here. And then we'll get back to what our comrades have been up to and shenanigans with sharing and revolutionary things on our Facebook page. There we go. Our video is blocked. A portion of this. Okay, so what this is A Bear, Pinko the Bear's stream. He streams on Twitch, but it's connected, and the stream does go live onto our channel too. And occasionally, if he got hit for a song in there, so there's probably 2 or 3 minutes in there that has audio cut out on it. But you should check out, it's a 4-hour live stream from our comrade Pinko the Bear. It's also one of the comrades who holds down our P4P New York page. Whoa, shit, what's this fucking piece of shit doing now? The UN denounces Philippines over Duterte's drug war. Oh, okay. Right on time there, United Nations. How many people has he been fucking murdering in the street for years now? Jesus Christ. Way to go, UN. Timely response there. Thank you so much for being totally ineffectual on that one. That's a 30-minute live stream. Expect Us rally. I am George Floyd Part 4. This is, I'm not sure where that's from. Here's a suggestion. I mean, just a suggestion would make it easier. Please try to put just the city in the title of your video if you're live streaming and stuff, because there's so many, and it would really make it easier for us, well, lots of people to share it and get word out about what you're doing. Anyway, just a suggestion. And if you think of it, sometimes people, man, when you're live streaming and you just want to get the video up and get it connected and get filming, because who knows what could happen at any minute. So I get that too. And you know, if you're able, that would be amazingly cool. And I don't know. Anyway, thoughts on that, I guess. This is even from Yahoo News. Immigrant detainees say ICE is using coronavirus disinfectant sprays that cause bleeding, burns, and pain. You gotta be, god damn it, man. Jesus. Just one more time. Immigrant detainees say ICE is using coronavirus disinfectant sprays that cause bleeding, burns, and pain. And like, if they used it once and then people were like, wow, hey, that causes me to bleed and burn and it causes me pain, like, whoa, please don't use that. And then they stop, like, I guess that's not, violent anymore, or whatever. Just them being there is violent, okay? Just be clear on that. Just the fact that there's ICE detainees is violence. Violence is being done to those detainees by them being ICE detainees, by the mere fact that that's a thing. Is using. So after these fucking pigs, most likely in a privately owned facility, for-profit facility, ICE working in. Mussolini talked about the state and corporations being in tandem with each other being the definition of fascism. Paraphrasing. Unbelievable. This is Detroit. What is this? In another post, Sheepdog commented, "Wild savages, I wish to God I would have been there. Body bags for vicious subhumans." Jesus fucking Christ. Another one of these fucking... Shelby... I'm not sure what TWP... Towns... Proctor, I don't know, whatever. Township? Is that the abbreviation for township? Probably. Anyway, Shelby Township top cop on leave over online. Shelby top cop online. Jesus Christ. Shelby Township top cop on leave over online posts attacking protesters. I don't like what you're saying, and I don't like you telling me that I'm not more powerful than you, and I don't have the right to beat on you anytime I want. So I think we should kill you. I think we should kill you because I want to be able to beat your fucking head in anytime I want to. Stop it. I'm gonna tweet like the president, like my bunker boy chief, and I'm gonna be bunker boy too, and I'm gonna be like Tom Cotton. It's just... Oh, these fucking sniveling, fucking cowardly pieces of shit. Give a fuck, man. Holy shit. Where's this from? Birmingham. That's fucking beautiful, dude. Let's take a close look. Oh, come on. Can't get it to square. There it is. Why does it do that? There it is. Yeah. Clock's Busters. Who are you gonna call? Fuck, that's so cool. God, I love it. Down Freedom Street. Berkeley March. Bury Racism. Funeral Procession. Oh, fuck yeah. June 6, 2020, Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Start at Malcolm X Elementary School, 1731 Prince Street, Berkeley, and at MLK Civic Center Park, 2151 Martin Luther King Jr. Way. God, I would love to go do that. That would be so fucking cool. There you go, fam. All the East Bay people. If you can make it, please do. Family-friendly event, live music and stilts. That's cool. Please practice social distancing. Excellent. Put together well. Honor the lies that rose from concrete. Friday, June 5th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Hall of Justice, Los Angeles. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, families belong together, LA. There we go. Not on Freedom Street, it's on Temple Street, but... Resilience OC. Let's see what this is here. So, Resilience OC, that's Orange County, I'm assuming. Yes. Black Lives Matter protest, Santa Ana, Monday, 8/2020, 4 p.m. Sasker Park. Please bring mask, water, comfortable shoes, clothing to protest in. A peaceful protest led by black and brown women. Very fucking cool. Very, very fucking cool. It's raining in my heart. It's raining. The only girl I ever loved has gone away. She doesn't know I'm in. Call for solidarity. East Bay. East Bay. Justice for George Floyd. Solidarity action. It's Thursday, June 4th. From Resilience OC. If you know anyone who's been arrested in mass arrest in LA or OC, please send them this link to NLG's legal support form. That is the National Lawyers Guild. Very good advice here. Let's click on this stuff here. NLG intake form. National Lawyers Guild intake form. George Floyd protests, arrests, and civil rights police excessive force issues. Now, if you were arrested in the George Floyd solidarity protest in Los Angeles, fill out the form below to get involved with NLG's legal support. We will do our best to answer any legal questions you may have, to try to find you a volunteer lawyer, and we will advocate for the lowest punishment possible for everyone who was mass arrested in these actions. We cannot guarantee individual representation by an attorney, but we will do our best. If you were injured by law enforcement during the protest and or while in custody, it is a good idea to photograph your injuries and email to yourself what happened as soon as possible. Let's read that again. If you were injured by law enforcement during the protest and or while in custody, it is a good idea to photograph your injuries and email to yourself what happened as soon as possible. Maybe I shouldn't have read it a second time. I butchered it. Anyway, please do not send any written record of your experiences to National Lawyers Guild Los Angeles. They just would be inundated with too much stuff. I'm assuming that is the reason for that. If you were not arrested, you can still provide information about police excessive force, protester injuries, confinement issues, detainment, etc. Our attorneys will review all of this information for possible future lawsuits, police personnel complaints, and other legal support as may be needed. Skip the arrest specific questions if you have or were not personally arrested. So yeah, there you go. Resilience OC, looking out for their people, intelligently. I like. Appreciate it. Thank you, comrades. What we got here? Okay, to the Humane Eco-Socialist Party. Telling a black man to respect cops to avoid being killed is the same as telling a woman to dress appropriately to avoid being raped. There you go. Thousand Oaks. This fucking OC shit, man. KTLA, yeah. Look at this. Violent Nazi ass fucking Karen right there. That's what that is. That's what you're looking at there. Violent Nazi ass Karen. Pepper spraying people from her car. Orange County is a cesspool of disgusting fucking racist pieces of shit. There's a lot of wonderful people in Orange County, but don't get it fucking wrong. It's one of the fucking hotbeds of just violent racism. I guarantee you that everyone in her circle of friends is all about you talking, yo bro, we need to go fuck up some of these fucking Antifa fags and fucking yeah. She just wants to get in on it too, so she reaches out her car and pepper sprays some fucking people. Don't think that there aren't racists in fucking, you know, the liberal bastions. Like, you know, just because people vote, you know, predominantly Democrat in one state doesn't mean there's not a bunch of racists there. Let's get real. Jesus, it's simple thought. Yeah, here we go. Rand Paul, you know, he just, you know, because, you know, libertarian and whatever, which is just dog whistle. I wish I had James from the internet's dog whistle meme, audio, video meme of this dog whistle. Libertarian is just dog whistle for fascism. Sorry. But yeah. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul blocks passage of anti-lynching bill. And I don't remember specifically what his garbage excuse was, but it was based on some, you know, slippery slope. We can't let this happen. There'll be tyranny in the thing because, you know, and then the white people and what? Yeah, we can't say that lynching. Oh, Jesus. This guy right here. This guy right here. This guy Rand Paul. This is a dude who feels like, you know what? I think I'm okay with history knowing me as the guy who blocked passage of an anti-lynching bill. Okay? That's who that dude is. I mean, it's one thing to be a dipshit at home, you know, watching Fox and Friends in the morning and then, you know, or on your way to work or, you know, whatever, and fucking saying some stupid ass shit, but, you know, U.S. Senator. In, God, what year is this? I believe it's 1947 still. Is it 1947? 1948? No, it's 2020. It's 2020, and this motherfucker right here, this guy right here, see that piece of shit? Yeah, that fucking piece of shit. Who thinks that because, you know, he's cool with you smoking pot, and these libertarian motherfuckers will even talk shit on cops sometimes, man. They're all about fucking, you know, fuck the government, small government, more freedom, blah 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 blah. But you know, hey, let's try not, you know, making lynching. Let's officially make lynching illegal. Nah, he's not for that. Because, you know, being lynched isn't having your freedom stepped on in any way or whatever, right? Is that right? Is that how that works? It's literally the exact opposite of that, actually. The Detroit protest, 30-minute stream from Detroit Food Not Bombs and Food Not Class Collective. Video on YouTube. I'm not sure what channel it's from, but oh, there you go. This is what they're shooting at people with. That's what they're committing violence against people with right there. Those things. People who, at worst case scenario, committed property damage are being met with actual violence by having that shit shot at them. You know, non-lethal. Those are non-lethal, by the way, when they're shot out of projectile out of a gun. Those are apparent that they have this. They call them non-lethal. They call them that. They do. I'm flipping the album. I do feel it's worth listening to the other side. And we are off. There you go. Non-lethal weapons. Occasionally kill people. The other 98%. Technical bulletin. Baton rounds, euphemistically called rubber bullets by image-conscious organized criminals, are not soft or small, and they are perfectly capable of ending a life. Most baton rounds are 3 to 5 inches, 75 to 125 millimeters long, made of hard plastic, very hard rubber, harder than a car tire, or often steel encased in rubber. They are usually almost 2 inches, or 40 millimeters, in diameter. Their design intent is to incapacitate targets by breaking bones or causing internal hemorrhaging. When fired at the ground, so they bounce. Okay, that's an important distinction. That is an incredibly important distinction because they're supposed to, the way it was sold when all this shit was carted out and rolled out for the racist ass militarized police force, was that you would aim it to the ground and it would hit the ground, bink, and shoot up, and then cause that kind of damage. That it would that it would cause the kind of damage that we were just talking about here about, you know, what did it say? Breaking bones or causing internal hemorrhaging when fired at the ground, so they bounce. But that's not what they're not what they're doing, though, as it turns out. Yeah, they shoot the tear gas canisters down at the ground a lot. Not always, but they do shoot them at the ground. But the rubber bullets, they're shooting that shit straight at people. Rubber bullets. Rubber. Okay. Fired directly at a person, they can cause massive permanent injury, including dismemberment, and are easily lethal. They are not jumped up Nerf darts. They aren't little rubber balls. Getting hit with one is the same as getting hit with a 160 mile an hour fastball, only pointier and harder. Don't believe police propaganda. Good advice. I concur. What we got here? There we go. An illegal eviction going on in South Central right now. From LA Tenants Union. Excellent page. Give them a look. Queer Liberation March for Black Lives and against police brutality. Sunday, June 28th. Reclaim Pride, New York City. Fuck yeah. We did a video on Punks for Progress last year that was from Reclaim Pride NYC. Is this NYC? Yes. Fuck the speeches and the talks given by just the most been through the shit and came out fucking fighting trans people and black women, and just it was so fucking cool, the speeches. You got to check out that video. It's look in our videos on our Facebook page. It's one of the kind of weekend it's a weekend recap video, but it features a bunch of the speeches from last year's Reclaim Pride, and it's just, I was watching it again recently, and because it had been copyrighted. One of the songs I put in it got a copyright freaking claim on it, and it finally, like, I disputed it, and just recently, like a couple weeks ago or a week ago, the copyright claim was removed, and so now you can see the video on our Facebook channel, our Facebook page. So anyway, check that out. But let's read what this has to say here. The 2020 Queer Liberation March for Black Lives and Against Police Brutality. The Reclaim Pride Coalition has been monitoring events and carefully deliberating to determine the nature of this year's Queer Liberation March. We have determined that the only way to move forward is to once again have a physical march through the streets of Manhattan on Pride Sunday. I'm sorry, let you read along. We have determined that the only way to move forward is to once again have a physical march through the streets of Manhattan on Pride Sunday, June 28th. Our march will center the movement for Black lives and focus on the violence committed against Black bodies by law enforcement and the mass incarceration state. RPC's Queer Liberation March for Black Lives and Against Police Brutality will be focused on elevating and protecting Black lives. This moment, the principles of the 1970 March and the RPC founding mission demand it. Black Americans and their children have suffered disproportionate abuse at the hands of Americans' white supremacist power structure. The most marginalized among Black communities, like trans people, immigrants, disabled people, deaf and hard of hearing people, and neurologically diverse people, live under an even greater risk for the worst outcomes within this system. Inordinate risk calls for urgent consideration. 50 years ago, on June 28, 1970, the LGBTQ+ movement created the Christopher Street Liberation Day March. It was mounted on the first anniversary of the Stonewall riots, which trans women of color and our community's Black youth played a crucial role in initiating. That beautiful intersectional march, produced by the Gay Liberation Front and allies, confronted the same oppression and police brutality that protesters are responding to today. The Gay Liberation Front went on to create an important dialogue and relationship with Huey Newton and the Black Panthers. RPC is keenly aware that the NYPD is a major problem. Tuesday night, a peaceful march for trans people of color who have been killed by police and other bigots was attacked by the NYPD. One of our members, Jason Rosenberg, received multiple injuries, including a broken arm, and was repeatedly denied medical care while in custody for over 5 hours. Jason was not alone in sustaining injuries or in being denied care that night. And we are certain that the same is true for many of the hundreds of Black protesters arrested over the course of the last week. The Reclaim Pride Coalition will continue to seek guidance from the Black queer community and our elders to program meaningful actions. We invite our participating organizations and individuals to follow suit where appropriate. On June 28th, we will all explore what the future of racial justice looks like. Join us. Location and time will be announced in coming days. There you go. I liked this too. I want to take a look at that again. Yeah. Justice for Emmanuel Ellis. Another man who said, "I can't breathe," died in custody. An autopsy calls it homicide. Los Angeles, on August 28th, Unity and Struggle March to End Police Abuse. Friday, August 28th, 10 a.m. LA. Yes. Oh yeah, we'll take a look. It's the great Muhammad Ali passed away 1 year ago today. Rest in power. Here's the boxer unboxing. Well, this is June 17th, so 2017. Is today the 3rd? Yeah, okay. But it's been more than 1 year. So this is originally, sorry, I'm babbling. This is originally June 3rd, 2017. So the great Muhammad Ali passed away 1 year ago. Here's the boxer unboxing on Vietnam and on being black in America. Yeah.
I've wrestled with alligators. I've tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning and put thunder in jail. You know I'm bad. I have murdered a rock. I injured a stone. And I hospitalized a brick. I'm so bad I make medicine sick.
You know my new name, Miami. Keep calling me that.
Why should me and other so-called Negroes go 10,000 miles away from home here in America to drop bombs and bullets on other innocent brown people who's never bothered us?
You know, I gotta, for people who don't know, America lost its fucking mind when he said that. This country lost its shit. I mean, his life completely fucking changed. He'd already, like, been taking bold stances, and, I mean, he was always just brave as fuck. But, like, I just say that because to say that now, like, it doesn't seem like it's that controversial. But he's a traitor, and he's the awful, worstest. Oh, God, it was just unreal. Anyway, let's back that up a little bit. Just for those who... I just think in today's terms, it doesn't sound like all that controversial of a statement, really. But, God, at the time, very different. Very, very, very different. Let's back it up right here. There we go.
Why should me and other so-called Negroes go 10,000 miles away from home here in America to drop bombs and bullets on other innocent brown people who's never bothered us? I will say directly, no, I will not go.
Well, ain't nobody gonna stop me. Not a heavyweight in the world fast enough to stop me. I am the greatest.
There you go. Apparently, this is the anniversary of his passing. Rest in power, Muhammad Ali. What is this? Screen printed on paper? Beautifulness? Artwork from Anti-Fascist, could it be? Oh, Jesus, an Antifa stamp? Oh. Whoa, okay, so let's see. Arab Workers Solidarity, the Friends of Workers Palestine for Jewish Arab Workers. Okay, there it is. The Friends of Workers Palestine for Jewish Arab Workers Solidarity. I'm assuming that's Antifa in Arabic? That's freaking cool as fuck.
Stay a little bit longer, she said. Hold on,
Jewish Antifa Berlin. Antifa since 1930. Antifa Palestine since 1934. Reddit, Shlomo Owen.
It's getting late, darling. What will your mama say? Stay a little bit longer, she replied.
yesterday. Police fatally shot a man who was kneeling after mistaking a hammer in his pocket for a gun. In his pocket. Kneeling. Jesus Christ. There's a bear stream. Actually, I think he did one. Yeah, he did 1 2-hour one yesterday, and then he did one that was 2 hours. But I believe this is a restream of a Workers' World Party online meeting. I believe. Let's see. No to martial law. Defend the uprising. A Workers' World Party public meeting. Right. This is a rebellion against racism and police violence, not a riot. Black Lives Matter. In unity, we demand withdraw the police and National Guard. And mass arrests and curfews, drop all charges, hands off Antifa, stop attacks on protesters, smash white supremacy, no justice, no peace, resist martial law, hands off our movement. Hell yeah. So that's in, you just go to our videos, that's there. If you want to watch that conference. You'll see here. Yeah, so you see. Looks like it has a bit of a long intro, but before they get rolling and start doing the conference chat and stuff. But these are really, really fantastic. These are Marxist-Leninists. Workers' World Party people from all over the country. They get together and they have these they're fucking fantastic. I really highly suggest you check that out. If that's your bag, or if you're interested in it. Curious even. Maybe not for everybody. That's okay. Leftist solidarity is still the way. Okay, now we are on to... Yeah, this is the stuff I covered in yesterday's feed. So that's... Well, there we go. There we have it, fam. That is what my comrades and all the fine folks of the P4P fam have been sharing to our Facebook page just since late last night and this morning. And I hope you enjoyed that. We hung out. It was about an hour and a half. We played some music. Gosh, there was other stuff. I said I was going to play Bad Brains. I didn't get to it. I had Minutemen pulled out. I've got the faces here. You know, I think I'm going to go out on the faces. I'm going to thank all the fam, friends, allies, comrades, and revolutionaries out there who may have took time out of their busy lives to hang out with me for a little bit and see what Punks for Progress is picking up on as far as what's going on in the struggle. Really do appreciate y'all for hanging out. I hope you've enjoyed that amazing Trojan Records Tighten Up Volume 3. We'll go out on this. Maybe, I don't know, I'll drop another music video in there or something after. And whatever, let me make sure I got this right. Yeah. I really have so much love for so many out there, fam. So many of you are sacrificing so much and putting so much into trying to make this world a better place for so many other people. And I just want to say thank you for that. And, yeah. Please enjoy the faces. This is a song called Ooh La La. I like it. Maybe you will like it too. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out with the What the Fuck Report.
I laughed at all his words. I thought he was a bitter man. He spoke of women's ways. They trap you and they use you before The dressing rooms are great. They come on strong, and it ain't too long, but it makes you feel a man. But love is blind, and you soon will find you're just a boy again. When you wanna live, you get a cheek, makes you wonder where you are. If you want some more, then she's fast asleep, keeps you twinkling with the stars. For a young grandson, there's nothing I can say. They'll have to learn just like me, and that's the hardest way. Ooh la la, ooh la la, la la, yeah. I wish that I knew all I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew all I know now. When I was stronger.
All that we've achieved thus far was accomplished on collectivized power, but there's an age-old scheme to deceive us all that those capitalists won't ever fall. That's a lie. Get up and fight. Every human being has a right to fight for their own fucking page in history. Politicians, talking heads, and celebrities don't own a monopoly on history. The process of advancing philosophy is only for those who can afford the fee. That's a lie. Get up and fight. Every human being has a right to fight for their own fucking page in history. One world, and we're all fucking living on it. A slave herd is how the boss has always fucking wanted it. One world, and yeah, I'm fucking living on it. But the slave herd, I never asked to be a fucking part of it. Rousseau, and that social fucking contract, yeah, fuck that. Revolution's what I'm fucking getting at. Socratic is a human disposition. Rich and poor alike have a right to that shit. Tearing apart the status quo is a long tradition from thinking fucking people all over the planet. Every fucking word a human understands been scrawled on pages and is waiting for you. Arrested, ingested, know what's really true, and minimize their stranglehold on you. There's a centuries-old hierarchical scheme that grinds down hard on your dignity, feverishly feeding us complacency as the only way to ever be free. That's a lie. Get up and fight. Every human being has a right to fight for their own fucking page in history. One world, and we're all fucking living on it. A slave herd is how the boss has always fucking wanted it. One world, and yeah, I'm fucking living on it. But the slave herd, I never asked to be a fucking part of it. Rousseau, and that social fucking contract, yeah, fuck that. Revolution's what I'm fucking getting at. All that we've achieved thus far was accomplished on collectivized power, but it's an age-old scheme to deceive us all that those capitalists won't ever fall. Politicians, talking heads, and celebrities don't own a monopoly on history. The process of advancing philosophy is only for those who can afford the fee. That's a lie. Get up and fight. Every human being has the right to fight for their own fucking page in history. Getting Socratic is a human disposition. Rich and poor alike have a right to that shit. Tearing apart the status quo is a long tradition from leaking fucking people all over the planet. One world, and we're all fucking living on it. A slave herd is how the boss has always fucking wanted it. One world, and yeah, I'm fucking living on it. But the slave herd, I never asked to be a fucking part of it. So, and that social fucking contract, yeah, fuck that. Revolution's what I'm fucking getting at. Your life, your life. Take it and do with it what you can, but revolution is what I'm fucking getting at.